Hey guys, I'm Iceburg TCG, and I've been thinking for a while on how I want to start this channel, and I'm just going to do an introduction video about me and how I started to play One Piece. The first time I ever played One Piece was at New York Comic Con and one of their pre-release introduction events. I had just gotten into One Piece as a brand, and I was about halfway through Alabasta back then. You can imagine I was very confused as half of the cards in the demo deck were from Dressrosa, and I'd also never played a TCG before, but still, I had a ton of fun. Now, One Piece just did not get stocked near me for a while, so it was only in May of 2023, right before OPO3 released in the States, that I actually got my hands on some more product. In a comic shop, I found the 4 starter decks in stock. I picked up STO1 for me and STO3 for my dad to play, since he liked villains. Later that day, we went home and tried to actually remember how to play this game, and it sure was interesting. Even though this whole process was extremely confusing and I barely understood anything, I had a good time, and most importantly, I fell in love with all the cards and the decks that were out there to be made. Now, I collect retro video games, and at one meetup I went to, it just so happened that they were going to have a One Piece TCG tournament. This was my chance to actually play with people who understood this game. Side note, this just so happened to be when Moby Dick was banned, so I thank God I never actually had to experience that menace. And now for something silly. I actually have a picture of the first deck I ever made for this game. I think I posted it to Reddit or something, trying to ask some rules questions and if my deck was alright to actually go into a tournament. So here's that. A good old cobbled together mess of cards from the demo deck and STO1, as well as 2 King Dews I'd pulled from 2 packs of OPO2. My beautiful creation. I remember thinking that King Dew and the Bartolomeo blocker were such cool and good cards, and that it would put my deck on a whole nother level. Then I actually went to the tournament. The first round was against a Red-Green Law, who was really nice, answered a ton of my questions about the game, and that being said, he absolutely destroyed me. The next round was similar, and the third round I went against a Green Odin player. I thought the deck was crazy strong since it had that 8-cost Odin in it, being able to swing 2 whole times. By some miracle, I was actually able to win that game. That feeling was just magical. Now, I didn't win any prizes or anything, but that win solidified in me that I really wanted to play this game even more. The sets went by, and I tried out a ton of decks. My first truly built one being Red Ace. It was a collection of a bunch of events that were really cheap to get my hands on, so it was super easy to build. Then I dabbled in Ivankov for a bit. It was fun. It was just nothing special. Then I stumbled across the deck that truly made me fall in love with this game, that being Iceburg. Now, everyone said this deck sucked, but I saw its board flood potential and its great Whitebeard matchup surprisingly, and just ran with it. I would never top any tournaments with the deck, but I was constantly at my locals with the deck, just going at it and having a great time. Eventually though, I had to play something that was a bit better. So in 05 to combat Sakazuki, I mained Bello Betty, and in 06 I played a ton of Reiju. Finally, we get to the 07 and EBO1 meta, in which I found the deck that combined everything I enjoyed about this game. The red control from Ace, the board spam from Iceberg, the card draw from Reiju, and the wee ball attitude from Bello Betty. I became a VV man. Then, after ages of making the deck my own, I won my first tournament with the deck, and the day after, I was able to take home a treasure cup with VV. Since then, I've been all over the place, building up VV, playing some Buggy here, some Usopp there, and overall, just loving this game. I know there are a ton of videos every other month asking the question, is the One Piece TCG dying? And to that, I just say, why would we be asking that? Why would we be trying to get people to think that this game is dying? The point of this channel is for me to share the genuine love I have for this game, and to see it continue to flourish as the years go by. I'll be making videos on a ton of topics, from fun facts about the game to deck reviews, but at the core of it all, I want to celebrate the weirdness, the jank, and the fun that this game has to offer. I'd love for you guys to stick around for it. See you in the next one. Peace.